All right, this is a tropical update of Hurricane Melissa. Hurricane Melissa is a Category 5 hurricane in the Caribbean. It is beginning to take that northwest turn, noticing in the last few frames a little bit more of a northerly component to the motion. Over the last day or two, the storm had been moving toward the due west, but that ridge of high pressure that had been steering the storm toward the west, and also a trough coming in from the east coast of the United States, is beginning to weaken the area of high pressure, and now we're starting to notice a lot more latitude gain. Now, of course, in these systems, you tend to maybe get wobbles, but you want to average out the wobbles for a mean direction. So you don't want to take a south wobble and think it's going to continue that way, and then you also don't want to take a northern wobble and think it's going to continue that way. These systems do wobble, and these wobbles are important in the development and especially the track of the system. So let's take a look at what we got going on from the National Hurricane Center right now. As of 5 p.m., moving toward the northwest at 3 miles per hour, minimum pressure at 906 millibars, and packing winds of 175 miles per hour. Recon also shows how the system was moving toward the southwest earlier today, but now has moved toward the northwest, and we're starting to notice that motion is going to continue. The system is going to begin to pick up a little bit of forward speed as well. So conditions on the island of Jamaica are going to deteriorate overnight, and the worst conditions are going to occur tomorrow morning. Now, what's been steering the storm over the last few days has been this area of high pressure. As I play this out, this area of high pressure is going to develop here, and that's going to be moving that was moving the storm toward the west. Let me go ahead and play this out for you guys. And you can see the area of high pressure moving the storm toward the west. But if you take a look in the picture here, especially over the southeast United States, there is a trough. Now, this is going to be the same trough that is going to send a cold front down the state of Florida, bringing our temperatures into the 50s right in time for the ending of October, and as we get to the beginning of November. That front is not going to allow the system to get any much closer toward the east, toward the west, and the system is now going to have either a northern motion or a north-northeast motion. And depending on how sharp of a turn the system takes is going to mean everything as far as the impacts on the island. The latest hurricane plot from the National Hurricane Center, the latest cone shows an impact on the western part of the island. You see that this cone is very, very thin, so it looks as though almost without a doubt that we're going to see direct impacts over the island of Jamaica beginning tonight. Now, there are a few ensembles that do show the potential of this maybe not making a direct impact over the island, but these are in the minority. The majority of the models do show an impact on the western part of the island of Jamaica. The American ensembles show the same thought process. But I did want to show the potential for some deviations in the track. The latest discussion from the National Hurricane Center does outline that the track has shifted toward the west and north since the previous advisory, and the new advisory track is also a little to the west and north of the previous track. So if these wobbles continue toward the west, maybe you don't get a direct impact over the island, but that is in the minority. What isn't going to change for the island is going to be the water impacts, rain. A lot of warm, moist air being pushed and forced over these very high mountains in the island of Jamaica are going to wring out a lot of rainfall. So just because you're on parts of the island that don't see maybe the worst of the winds on the western tip of the island, you are still going to be experiencing a lot of rainfall over the island of Jamaica. You can survive the winds. It's the rainfall that kills people, and unfortunately, it looks as though we're going to be dealing with a system that has the potential to bring heavy flooding and also the potential to have very, very high winds and mudslides. I did want to leave you just with one more clip of the infrared satellite, a very symmetric storm indeed. I just hope that everyone makes it out through the storm very well, praying for the safety for everyone on the island of Jamaica, and not only Jamaica, the island of Cuba as well, as this system moves toward the north-northeast over the next few days or so. These videos are made to prepare people on the possible impacts that they may see from various tropical systems, and I hope that this video can be safety for anyone in the direct path of this system. Have a good evening.